Hey y'all, Big Tim here. Thanks for tuning in for this very special episode of Old School and Bass with Big Tim. Today's episode, we're going to try to help some of the high schoolers out there going down for the regional tournament at Lake Cumberland this upcoming weekend. The good news is the fish are really biting. I've talked to a good friend of mine who fishes down there virtually every weekend, and he's real excited about everything right now. There's fish in every phase. There's pre-spawn fish, there's fish spawning, and there are a few post-spawn fish. So you can pretty much catch fish really and truly any way you want. Just get out there and do it. You want to go maybe to the backs of the creeks or the backs of the pockets to find maybe some largemouth spawning. You might even catch some garden fry with like a floating worm or something like that. A zoom fluke would be a good choice. There's all kinds of options open right now. If you find some bedding fish, try to catch them right there. The good news is I've heard at least, that the state is going to allow you to weigh 12-inch fish, which is awesome because a lot of people should catch a lot of fish. The 15 and 18-inch limit that we normally have down there really makes it difficult for some high schoolers that aren't familiar with the lake. But if it is 12 inches, and you'll want to check with your tournament directors, but if it is 12 inches, you're in for a really good time. You can catch fish in a lot of different ways. I mean, you name it. I can throw out any bait right now, and if you're in the right spot with that bait, you will catch fish. The only thing I haven't heard anything about right yet is a topwater report. I kept thinking it would work for us when we were down there a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. But it didn't, and I have yet to hear of anybody. But I wouldn't be surprised if somebody was throwing a buzz bait or a whopper plopper around and come up with some really nice fish. Like I said, the backs of the pockets, the backs of the creeks are primarily where you're going to find your largemouth. Smallmouth, look for rocky points, look for bluffy type walls, and on in those areas you can do like Brian Thrift did last year and throw a small swim bait or maybe even a jerk bait, and still catch a bunch of smallmouth. Smallmouth down there are just going absolutely crazy right now. So that'll be a good time. If it's cloudy, like it was last year when FLW was down there, you might consider throwing painted blade spinnerbaits. There's a couple from War Eagle that have different colored painted blades. There's one called Coleslaw that has white blades. There's another one that has chartreuse blades. There's another one that has a mixture, white and chartreuse. If it's cloudy, that'd be a good choice. I've done real well down there this time of year on regular spinnerbait. Like I said, a zoom fluke. For a lot of people, we're going to be throwing the Ned rig and the Nico rig. That's going to be good fish catchers. So really and truly, I think you guys are in for a really good time if the weather stays somewhat decent. As long as we don't have a 20 or 30 degree temperature swing like we did this past weekend. It was 70 degrees on Friday, and then on Saturday it was like 38 in the morning and went to a high of 42, I think it was. It wasn't very warm at all. If we don't have temperature swings like that, I think you guys are really going to catch a lot of fish. You're really going to be excited. You're putting it at Holcomb's Landing, which is on the far end of the lake, and in my opinion, it's the better end of the lake. You'll love the way it looks. I mean, there's just so much more fish holding habitat down there. There's a lot more chunk rock and boulder rock. There's a lot more bluffs. There's more creeks to go to. Down there you've got tons of creeks. You've got Indian Creek, which has 3 fingers to it, so that makes 3 more creeks. You've got Beaver Creek and Otter Creek, Lily Creek, Pumpkin Creek, Greasy Creek. There's a lot of options down there. So hopefully you get an opportunity to go practice and figure out where some fish are holding. But right now, I think you guys are going to have a really fun time catching fish. For some of the less experienced anglers, like I said before, the Ned rig will be a big player. A wacky rigged Cinco or Yum Dinger will be good. But by and large, you just get out there and fish. Go have a good time. I hope the weather is gorgeous for you guys, because if it is, you're really going to have a good time. And that's what it's all about. Obviously, we want you to do well at the regionals. It'd be nice if every team could make it, but there's always got to be somebody that does better. And hopefully some of our Northern Kentucky teams can really pull something out. It should be a lot of fun. So have fun, and I hope to hear from some of you soon about how you did, how you caught them, and hopefully to hear that you've done well in the tournament. So good luck, and really look forward to hearing from you soon. See ya.